Parramatta Eels confirm invaluable Zac Lomax addition as 4-year deal locked in for the NRL. Now, Zac Lomax will officially move to Parramatta next year, with the club confirming a 4-year deal for the Dragons star. 40 tries from his 99 first-grade appearance. So this is game 100 in Wollongong, Zac Lomax. I'm interested to see how that is received. I hope it's received very well. In a statement released on Tuesday morning, Eels Chief Executive Jim Sarantino says Zac's a great talent. We're confident he'll be an invaluable addition to our team. He complements our existing playing squad, and with almost 100 NRL games to his name since his debut in 2018, his experience will help the strong group of young players coming through our pathway system. We very much look forward to welcoming Zac and his family to our club in 2025. But right now, season 2024 is our focus. Now, just on this, Brian, I'm actually now starting to, maybe it's a masterstroke from Zac Lomax.
Mm-hmm.
So he had 2 more years to run, didn't he?
26.
On about 800.
Yep.
And people are saying, why would you do this, Zac? Why would you do this?
Then 845 the last year.
Was it? But he's got 675, I think. That's been reported per year at Parramatta. In 2 years' time, there's no guarantee that he's going to have a near on $700,000 contract offered his way anyway, is there? So he is conceding a little bit, yes, but after the tax...
I don't think it's a money thing with Zac.
No.
Obviously, there's issues down there in the Dragons. He wanted to play centre. He's playing centre today. Like it's your local club. You grew up with it.
Yeah.
Something smells bad.
So, yeah, his first move was there after being a Temora boy. Trent Barrett's from Temora. Trent Barrett's at Parramatta.
Oh.
Any dots to connect there?
Nah.
Just coincidence?
Just coincidence.
Yeah. They met over Christmas and Trent's had a beer with him.
At the RSL.
At the RSL.
They've been looking out for an X factor.
A lucky dragon to be up there.
Would you put him as an X factor? Does he come under the X?
Well, he is at the moment.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Not too many players can do what he can do on that high ball. But when they signed him, do you think he was in the X factor folder?
Oh, mate, his shares have gone through the roof since, well, the last month, haven't they?
It's not $675 a year or $650 a year for the 4 years, is it?
Yeah, I think so.
What about Nurse Ratchet?
Oh, Nurse Ratchet. I don't know about Nurse Ratchet.
Because I was speaking to Tommy, the great Tommy Dearden.
Yeah.
And he signed a 5-year deal, and he gets the Nurse Ratchet.
So what did Thomas get? What would he get?
I don't know what he got.
Now, what's your guess?
Captain of the club.
800?
I reckon by the end of his contract, it'll be 800.
That's good dosh, isn't it? It's a little red-headed bloke walking down the main street of Townsville.
Good little
800,000 if you don't mind per year. Dreams are free, Brian.
Yeah, cost of living wouldn't be as great up there,
No.
I'd imagine.
No.
You're not paying $18 for avocados on toast up there, are you?
No. Oh, mate, I don't think they'd be paying for much up there, to be honest with you. Manly Seagulls CEO Tony Mestrov had this to say on Josh Schuster situation. He had a chat with Jimmy Smith this afternoon. Have a listen to this.
Obviously, ongoing discussions are happening with Josh and his manager. They're ongoing. Obviously, also touch base with the NRL. I think the first thing is to ensure that Josh's well-being and welfare is okay. Obviously, there's some issues there. We want to make sure that he's doing okay. He's obviously using some of our people here in the welfare department. And look, at the moment, we haven't negotiated anything. It's safe to say that I doubt Josh will be back playing for the Manly Seagulls, and then we'll come to a deal, hopefully, by the end of the week.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I'm hearing some stuff about off-field.
Right.
I know they were talking about there. He needs some breakaway. Nothing's been confirmed, but what I got told is, it's not great. Not it's something with a family member.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's not him. So that, when you read between the lines and you hear that sort of stuff,
don't be so judgy, people.
Don't be so judgy. And the thing is, you can see why Manly have come out and said, we're giving him as much help as we can.
Okay, that's good.
So
he's a class act, Mestrov.
Yeah.
He had a lot to do with the Greyhounds, New South Wales. And
that's right, yeah.
Just a good fella, Messi. South Sydney set to make major changes. Oh, speaking about that, one of his best mates, Mick Gillette, former teammate of mine who's a champion, he's got the same birthday as you, Mick.
What, same year?
I better look that up.
Was he? I know. Is he still working for Cougar?
I don't think so. No, he moved
What's
up
he doing?
He moved up near Badger's Way.
Oh, Cabarita.
Up that way, yeah.
Oh, good part of the world.
Mate, what a great bloke, Mick Gillette. Anyway.
Sorry, Chalk. Fletch, what are you doing right now? Tell the listeners.
I'm looking at my toenail. I think I've got an ingrown toenail. I need Dr. Mark to call me. Do I just rip it off, or do I have to get operated on? Anyone ever had an ingrown toenail?
Yeah, you want to take it out, but I don't think it helps, does it?
No,
Or
I know.
aren't you supposed to cut the V in it?
I don't know.
You're supposed to let it grow, I think.
I'm ready to hammer it. Too much KFC potato and gravy
That's
just
right.
jamming down there.
Oh, how good's that? South Sydney set to make major change in a coaching shake-up, according to Michael Chambers in the Sydney Morning Herald. The Bunnies to make a major change in their coaching staff, with former NRL coach David Furner being lined up to join the club to help the under-siege Jason Demetrio. So they've opened discussions with Furner, who was Tim Sheen's assistant at the West Tigers last season, to rejoin the club, where he's previously held a role. I think he was there in 2017. What do you think about that? So as part of an end-of-season review, the Rabbitohs advised Demetrio to hire a senior assistant to replace John Morris and Sam Burgess, but Demetrio instead promoted New South Wales Cup coach Joe O'Callaghan to fill the void left by the departures of Burgess and Morris. I'm not at all suggesting this is the case, but there has been many, many instances where a head coach has surrounded themselves with less qualified people for job security and those sorts of things.
So no,
I'm not saying that's the case.
no
here.
anting of the white variety. You mean? I did when I saw that there was only Benny Hornby as the assistant coach. I know they promoted
Joe O'Callaghan.
Yeah, Joe O'Callaghan for New South Wales Cup. I did think that was strange because you look at most NRL clubs and they've got two.
Yep.
But yeah, Fernsey, he'd be a great addition to the club. I don't know whether Jason Demetrio how would he feel about it?
Well, one thing that he might be a really good asset, because Fernsey's gone through this.
Yeah, of course.
So he would be able to really maybe help him through this situation too.
And he's a forward. He was a tough forward, and I think that's where they've been struggling a little bit. They had Sammy Burgess there the last couple of years, or last year, and the forwards would respond to him. I think David Furner would maybe get the same reaction from the forwards.
He'd have hair on his
I'd have hair on his knuckles, mate. I was there when he gave it to Webke in that Origin game.
Wow!
Oh, far out! Within a blink, three of them just landed on.
Bang!
What was Webby trying to do?
Did he have some amateur fights? Didn't he?
He could fight.
Yeah, they reckon he could really fight.
Like proper fighting.
Yeah,
Not
that's
just go
right.
and jump. Bing, 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 bing. He landed three, and he got the wobbly boot.
So what does that mean for Mal? What's the Mal chat? I haven't heard anything about Mal for the last few days.
It seems to me that Mal's turned him down.
Really?
Well, that's what it seems like.
Okay. So
the club's
Demetrio's there for the rest of the year?
The club's come out and said, no, we didn't have it. It was the art dealer.
Yeah.
I love the art dealer. I need an art dealer in my life. What sort of art are you dealing? I want a pro art.
Oh, that's
or a Brett
good.
Whiteley or something.
That's good.
What
the
Mal thing's
What
gone
did Whiteley do? Did he have that sort of gaunt face? Was that his go? What was that famous painting?
Yeah, that's it there.
That was his
and
go.
the matchstick.
That's right.
He's all over it. Pro art was just all the bleh.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the abstract art.
Mate, Ken Doan's the man.
Kenny Doan,
Yeah.
you happy with all that stuff?
Well, that's the only other one I know.
Because you're wearing his jumper now. Those rank Ken Doan jumpers.
The Roosters secured Terrell May for 2 more years. This is a good get. He played well last week, didn't he, against the Knights? They've today announced the contract extension of dynamic forward Terrell May. I think he's been their best forward for an extra 2 years, ensuring he remains a Rooster until at least the end of 2026. I'm really happy to have my future sorted with the Roosters. I love being part of the team here, and I'm grateful to have the opportunity to represent the red, white and blue for another 2 years. That's a great get.
500's cheap.
Yeah, for him.
500. Well, that's what he signed for.
Yeah.
500 grand.
Is that what he signed for?
Listen, it's a ridiculous joke what you blokes show. You're just jealous. As the great Nick Politis said, you're just jealous.
Just jealous.
Why do you all hate us?
The Dragons are happy to announce the signing of Famanu Brown, effective immediately. So the 29-year-old joins the club after recently returning from the UK. It'll add valuable depth to the club's spine. Shane Flanagan had to say, "It's great to be able to pick up a player of news calibre at this stage of the season," said the Dragons head coach. And they're also ready to blow the Panthers out of the water for Turuva. This is Christian Nicolucci and Adam Pengley writing this story.
Don't go down that. Don't go down that alley. Don't go in a bidding war
with the Panthers. But the Panthers don't
No.
get in a bidding war. They just say this
No,
is
that's
what
what
we're
I
paying.
mean. Don't get in a bidding war with anyone else.
No.
Like, I know it's a terrific young player, but don't go pay silly money for him.
And not out of the Panther system.
Correct.
Yep.
Correct.
Yep.
I know there's no Zac Lomax, so you're not going to be paying 800. But if they get him at,
450?
yeah, I was going to say 4. I heard on the grapevine they offered him 300, and they said it's all we got.
Panthers did?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
That's a bit of mail I got, and they
Okay.
couldn't afford. What?
Surely you're giving Turuva more than you're giving Terrell May.
Okay, well, here's
What?
the thing here.
I'm trying to think in terms of.
I don't know about that,
but I'm just-
tourist.
in my head, you've just said that Terrell May's getting 500.
No, Roosters.
Yeah,
He's
I
a front.
know,
He's a front rower.
I know, but I'm just in my head. That just doesn't compute in my head. That you'd only give Turuva 300.
No. Panthers have offered him 300.
Yeah, I know.
I'd give him
I know.
400.
I know.
No, but it's a
that's what
good
I'm
question,
saying.
tourist. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
would you rather have, for $500,000, say they got the parity, would you rather have Turuva for 3 years, or would you rather have Terrell May for 3 years?
Terrell May, without a shadow of a doubt. How do you reckon the ball gets to Turuva while he's sitting out there looking at the crowd and winking at the cheerleaders? How do you think the ball gets out there? Terrell May has just beaten 3 or 4 of them, and at last minute pop one over the top to the halfback, to the 5'8". Turuva scores in the corner.
I'm with you, Brian. I'm with you.
Tourist, I can't remember who said that. You know what? Start talking and then play the Oscar music on yourself. Go on, let's try it. We've never done this before. Just talk about anything.
So the reason that I think.
Yes.
Thank you, tourist. Now, the Dragons, Brian, now this will bump the price up more in favour of you, tourist, because the Dragons have spoken to Turuva about the potential to take over the number 1 jersey, putting the pressure on off-contract fullback Tyrell Sloan.
Okay, well, that's a different story. That's a different
Do you see
story.
him as a fullback?
He came through as a fullback. He brained it in reserve grade as a fullback.
Okay.
Different story now as a winger.
Okay.
Story here. Here, no story.
Have another vodka, old mate. The Dolphins cannabis sponsor, links
Sorry?
under review. You
What
like this?
happened?
A groundbreaking sponsorship deal between the NRL club, the Dolphins, and
Yes.
a medicine clinic that prescribes medicinal cannabis.
Alternate leaf.
Yes, is under
Oh.
review for potentially breaching the Therapeutic Goods Act,
Beat it. Therapeutic Goods Act.
the TGA. The Dolphins' 2-year partnership with Alternate Leaf, Australia's largest plant medicine clinic, was announced last month. The brand's logo has been placed on the sternum of club's jersey to be worn in each game this season.
It's legal, isn't it? Or are they saying they haven't gone through the...
Now, it is legal. It is legal what they're doing.
But they haven't been ticked off.
But the Therapeutic Goods Act for the advertising of such has limitations.
Statute.
Yes, statute.
That's
Schuster
the
speaks out over Manly release through Danny Wilde of the Sydney Morning Herald. I know I'm at a really important stage of my career. I don't want to waste my talent. I'm disappointed that things are not working out at Manly because I was really hoping to make it here. Right now, I have to admit my mind is in lots of other things. I need time and space to get it right. I know I will with the support of my family and friends, and I really have the desire to make it back, get to the top, and stay there for a long time. Good on him. Good on him.
So that shows that, which makes sense now. His mind's not on it.
Yep.
There's something going on. Rugby league's a very small part of your life. I keep saying that.
Correctamundo. And there's a really good Scotty Scheffler. He's a Michael. He came out and spoke about how he was raised by his dad, who was a stay-at-home dad, and never once was he defined as a golfer. So he said a lot of times when he'd be on the junior circuits and all these parents are pushing their kid forward, pushing them forward. They just wanted him to be, have his education, be polite to people, and that's good. So you're right. There's far more important things than rugby league. 1300 01 1170, the run home with Joel and Fletch.